Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Byte-Size Code. And today we're going to be looking at a little web typography and how you can style your type on your website to be a little bit better and a little bit more readable and a little bit more pleasing to the eye and to the client, hopefully. So as you can see, I've just got some default content here, and this is actually the first paragraph on the wiki page for typography. A little short tip on designing websites. It's not really that great to use Lipsum or lorem ipsum content because while it does represent the kind of alphabetic distribution or just the way alphabets look in the English language, it doesn't really look like your website is going to look, and so you see that as a whole block instead of the actual type that it is. So I find it's better to just find a wiki page on something you like or something you're talking about on the website and use that for content because it looks a lot better and you can actually read it. Anyway, let's get started. So I've just got a default setup here, just some paragraphs, and the styling is just very, very basic. 460 pixels width on the body, which is actually the optimum readable width for text on the web, depending on how big your font size and all that is. And then I've just got a margin on the body to put it out in the center of the page for us to see. So let's check it out. Refresh this. So as you can see, you got the margin going on, about 96 pixels. And then we have the body, which is 460 pixels wide, centered. And it's going to try and stay in the center as much as it can. Anyway, so this looks good. It looks okay. We could make it better. It's not very readable. It's not very pleasing to the eye. So let's work on that. So the first thing we're going to do is set what's called a font family. And we're going to use Georgia for this because it's a really readable font at smaller text sizes. So depending on what your browser's default typography settings are, your font family's default may be Arial or Helvetica or even a sans serif or Tahoma maybe, or Verdana. Any one of those may be your browser's default settings, but mine was Helvetica. And as we can see now, it's Georgia, but still it still looks crowded. The text looks terrible. It's not very good. It's contrasting really well though. So let's fix that. So let's go and fix the line height, which is actually the space between each line of text. And we'll go ahead and tell it to have a line height of 24 pixels. So if we refresh the page, we can now see that it's spread it out, and it looks a lot better now. So now, what are we going to do as far as this goes? Let's change the color of it to start off with, and we'll go with maybe a rich black. It's a little bit too light, so let's bring it back down to maybe a 2. That'll be good. So as you can see here, it looks really good. And this is actually being added by Google Chrome, this space here. So let's go ahead and fix that. And because this is a p tag, we can style that pretty easily. So let's go ahead and tell the margin bottom below each paragraph tag to be 24 pixels, the same height as our line height. So that way there won't be any break in the text. You can see it bumped it out a little more than Google Chrome had it. So now it looks a lot better than what it did before. And this is just a little tiny portion of what you can do when you actually concentrate on web typography with your websites. If you want to know more about this, there are a ton of websites about it. I love typography. There are actually more videos on Byte-Size Code about this as well, so you can find it for each specific property like line height and how the optimum readable width is 460 pixels in most cases. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys in the next video, hopefully. Thanks for watching, guys.